Hey everyone, I'm Tony Zog and I'm a co-founder of Giggl, the multiplayer browser. So in short, Giggl is a new social platform that's accessible on the web, and users get a virtual Chrome session that we call portals, and they can invite their friends to and all browse together in real time. Portals can be public or private. Public portals will appear on the Discover page, and private portals require an invite. Creating a portal is so easy. It just takes 2 steps and that's it. You can start browsing. You can then invite your friends through the app or send them a URL invite. You can then send messages in the chat and even start a voice call. And the best part is you can browse and pass control to any participant in the session so they can continue browsing right where you left off. So let me just show you a few examples of how our users currently use our platform. Here are a group of users who use Giggl, and they're planning their next trip abroad after COVID. And they use Giggl to search for flights and Airbnbs. And instead of sending links everywhere and screen sharing, where it all gets messy, they can all search together in real time, pass control, and make sure everyone gets a turn. One more example, here's Leia. She's an associate at a venture firm. They're having their weekly meeting where everyone comes in and discusses the cool startups they find. And you can see Leia showing one of the companies she's found. And it's passing control to everyone in the team so everyone can demo the product. And these are just a few examples of how you can use Giggl. Since it's a fresh, untouched browser, there are hundreds of potential use cases like learning together, research projects, and so much more. And a recurring theme that we're told is we always make it seem like our users are in the same room and huddled around and watching the same computer screen. We're going to be generating revenue through a Zoom-style-based approach, where the basic features are free, moving on to a paid plan that's aimed at individual consumers, and then a business plan for companies. And we're currently working with our investors alongside record labels who use Giggl to curate music from their signed artists in order to approach the features for the business plan. We aim to achieve 10 million in ARR by splitting our revenue 40 to 60% across our 2 plans, and we aim to hit this by the end of next year, and respectively 100 million in ARR through the same channels, if not more, by the end of 2024 on the basis that we have a 7.5% conversion rate. We currently have over 60,000 users signed up, 60% from word of mouth and 40% from a TikTok that went viral, peaking in at about 18,000 monthly active users last month, with over 400,000 average sessions that total 7.5 years in watch time across our users. And we're expecting to hit 500,000 sessions and 500,000 users and 10 million sessions a month by Q4 of this year. We don't have much competition in terms of what we do. The main competitors actually play a poorer infrastructure, meaning they can only support 8 websites and are stuck to streaming only, versus Giggl, which supports any and all 400 million active websites. And this lets us take a move into any market. And one thing that we're going to be working on this summer is live events. As a trial run, we hosted the Apple event a few weeks ago for about 200 total participants, where they used the chat to talk about the new software releases. And as you can see, they were all quite excited towards the end, hoping for a new release. Alongside the voice call to all react in real time. Furthermore, we've raised a seed round of 2 million to help us with technology, marketing, hiring, and innovation. And although we're closing this round, we're potentially doing an extension for value adds and a Series A round later. This is the team behind Giggl, 3 developers and a product lead/designer. We're all 18 and 19 years old. Once again, I'm Tony Zog, co-founder of Giggl, the multiplayer browser. Looking forward to questions.
All right, well done, Tony. Okay, investors, Diane, you're up next.
Oh, I'm so excited about your age and your so you mentioned the constraints that your competition has, and I just want to ask, what is your moat now technically or strategically that's giving you that, because you mentioned something very specific, like they can only support 8 websites or something. Why can you do more and other people can't?
All right, thank you so much. Elias.
Yeah, thanks. I thought it was great to see the number of users and sessions, and I'm just curious to drill down a little more in terms of what you've seen so far in terms of average time spent per user per session.
Thank you very much. Kevin Lynch.
This is super cool. I'm going to go play around with it right after we hop off. I would love to hear a little bit more about who your power user is now and who you're designing the kind of future product for. And what features you're optimizing for. Because I can imagine you can go down the creator route, you can go down the musician route, you can have a lot of very specific toolings built for different audiences. So I'd love to hear more about that.
All right, great. Kevin Chang.
It's great to meet you and great presentation. 2 for me. One is, can you talk about, when you think about the business use cases, how do you think about the core, it's related to Kevin Lynch's question, how you think about the core business, how people use it for their work, and then relatedly, maybe you can speak a little bit to sort of alternatives. So do you think about the video conferencing products at all that allow you to share access for remote control? Do you see them as alternatives for competition?
All right, terrific. And from our syndicate, Giampolo asks, how will you handle copyright problems? Example, people streaming Netflix, etc. All right, 2 minutes, Tony, for those. Take it, please.
All right. So thanks for all the questions. Elias, we have seen on average, we've seen sessions range around 40 minutes. Although the longest we've ever seen in a session has been, I think it's went over 6 hours once. Kevin Lynch, who our power users are. So it's just people who, late at night just want to mess about, watch videos, play sort of mini games. Like last night, we had about 30, 40 people playing GeoGuessr together. And who we're designing it for, it's really meant to be designed for everyone. So we're making it so it's this collaborative app where you can pass control, use voice calling, you'll be able to message people, and it's going to create essentially, be a platform that, goes against Discord and Zoom to sort of combine all these features alongside this massive, virtual browser feature alongside that. Kevin Zheng, what are our business use cases? So we've had record labels use Giggl to curate music together from their signed artists. So pre-COVID, they do this in a meeting room. But now, post-COVID, and then also with the rise of remote work, Giggl's become a massive solution for them. We've seen design teams just browse through Dribble, brainstorm together. We've had people do sort of product demos. Being able to pass control helps with that massively. And as for sort of video conferencing tools that are an alternative for competition, it does sort of the video conferencing, they have this, they have screen sharing, but that doesn't really give the solution of having this one shared workspace. And then also with having to pass control on stuff like Zoom and TeamViewer in the past, it's required you to install stuff and then edit permissions and then restart. And, it's all a mess. And with Giggl, it's just literally one tap, you can pass control, and that's literally it. And Giampolo from the syndicate, how do we handle copyright problems? So anything that you do in the portal, it's the liability falls on the user. So it's currently gray area, but we are ready to implement sort of OAuth for Netflix or whatever platform where each user would have to sign in individually. So we are ready for that. Thank you.
All right, well done, Tony.